Alright, so boom. My name is Kofi. Taylor's not here, so I'll be covering the video. Alright, so our group project was on how to play Blackjack. And we just did a simple HTML group of pages with some CSS animations to cover how the board is set up, how people's turns work, basically showing you a demo game of Blackjack, and we explain every step along the way. So, I can run you through a demo. This go button here fades in. I have it on 20 seconds, but if I had to refresh it, that's another 20 seconds. So we'll just skip that for now. So, go. Boom. So, the first screen, that's basically designating, well, telling you we're going to be setting spots for the players. So they'll be at the top and the bottom of the screen. Next. So the deck appears. This is basically simulating a deal. So you would be dealing to the player first. That's the first animation. Then one to the dealer. Well, it'd be to all the players first, but since there's only one player, it's one to the player, one to the dealer. Then another one to the player, and then the last one to the dealer. But this card has to be face down. Okay. So, next screen. It is now the player's turn to determine whether they'll be taking a card, hit, or standing. So, because the player has 11 and the goal is to hit 21, they, in that sense, can't lose. So, well, they can't lose because if they were to get an ace, they could just count it as one, which would give them a point count of 12, and they could keep playing. If they were to get 2 through 10, well, 2 through 9, that would count as a face card, and then 10 would count as a victory. So they choose to hit instead of stand. They get a 7, which brings their point count to 18. Then they choose to stand, which means they won't be receiving any more cards. Now it'll be the dealer's turn on the next screen. So here's his face down card down here. Flips it, he gets a 10. So what happens? We'll cover that on the next screen. So, covered in the rules in the beginning, which I probably should have read beforehand, but they're in the code. Okay, so because the dealer has 17, they have to stand on 17. The dealer has to stand on anything 17 or greater, and they have to hit on anything 16 or lower. So, because they have 17, 7 plus 10 is 17, they have to stand. And because the point count of the player is higher than the point count of the dealer, the player wins the game. That's fairly simple. Hit the next button. So this is basically saying for time constraints and to make the game simple to understand, we didn't cover things like insurance, settlements, reshuffling, uh, doubling down. I kind of mentioned splitting pairs in the beginning paragraph, but we didn't really cover it in depth. But for more on those topics, you can go to the Bicycle Cars website to learn more in depth. And then this will take you back to the main screen. This is a drop down. It'll take you to any of the screens you want to go to. This is just the main title, just a display game board. And then this is like beginning information, just a summary of the stuff that we cover through the demo. Shows you face values, well, shows you values of the cards as well, so you can add up your points. Okay, on to a display of some of the code. Okay, so which one do I want to cover? Oh, okay, so we'll cover some of the animations. Okay, so for starters, I don't know if it's appeared yet, but this button right here fades in. That's covered by this. The place flashes, the blue boxes that flash are covered by this animation here. Basically, the background color is blue, and then we made it slightly opaque, so it's not completely light blue. Something like that. All the next buttons are covered by something like a next up here. So this one here, which is also used on screens 3 and 4, are covered. Basically, a lot of this was just fade-ins on the screen where, so on the deal screen, this is the section of animations that cover that. So the deck appears first, top left card appears second, bottom left card is third, top right card is fourth, and the bottom right card, which is the face down card, that one appears last on that screen. This is the animation for when the player decides to receive a card. We just fade in another card. And then these are the dealer animations. So this pre-reveal is, well, pre-flip, I guess, is for the card back. And then this flip it is for the revealed card that they'll have. We wanted to do a flip animation, but because these cards are actually CSS objects instead of pictures on both sides, it kind of made it difficult to do it like that. So we just decided to fade the card back out and then fade the card front in. Yeah. All right. That's pretty much it. All right. I'm Kofi. Taylor's not here, but peace. We out here, man. Jersey.